Good morning. Well, as you can see behind me, it is another beautiful day here in Thailand, which can mean only one thing. Yes, we're going for a bike ride. We're going just off island to an area known as Koh Kloi, and we're going to be visiting a beach called Natai Beach. I have visited it one time before, but unfortunately the sound didn't come out on that video, so this is a great opportunity to revisit it, as that was way before COVID. So let's get on the bike. Let's get on the road. So our first stop is going to be a petrol one, and I'm going to fill the bike up, and then I'm going to make my way along this main road which runs past Central Festival. We're going to go down past the airport and then make our way to Sarasin Bridge and off the island. I'm going to be meeting up with a friend of mine that you will have met on the last video I did covering Phang Nga, or starting to cover Phang Nga, Tony, and we're going to meet up at the 360 Cafe. We're going to have a couple of coffees, discuss what we're going to do later in the day, what we're going to exactly see. We're going to have a little ride around a different part of Phang Nga this time, so looking forward to that. It's a very picturesque area, is Phang Nga, as I mentioned in the last video. But for now, let's fuel the bike up and then let's get underway again. Up. Okay, we're just coming down to Tep Cross-a-Tree Road, which is near to the boat lagoon area of Phuket. The Phuket Royal Marina is around this area, and as you can see, it is very busy. It's just coming up to 9 AM in the morning. I said I'd meet Tony about 10 o'clock at the 360 Cafe, but we do get some traffic in the morning here in Phuket along this main road. So I'm going to make my way through this, and then hopefully I can get a little bit of a move on. We're just passing the airport turning now, and as you can see, the traffic is a lot more lighter. It should be plain sailing from here on out up to Sarasin Bridge. Normally there's not too much traffic after the airport. So I will speak to you once we get across the bridge and we're heading for the 360 Cafe. So I've just passed over the Sarasin Bridge and we're now making our way down to the 360 Cafe. This is only a few minutes away from the Sarasin Bridge area, so not too far, and we're going to be exploring this local area just off island, which is perfect for anybody that's staying in Mai Khao or the northern part of Phuket. This is an ideal place to explore off island. There are some gorgeous beaches, as I'm going to show you, some really nice local people around this area. There's a few small restaurants, but there are quite large resorts also in the area that we're going to be looking at. Anyway, I'm going to make my way down to the cafe. Hopefully Tony won't already be there. I can get myself a coffee, set up my camera, and then once he arrives we're going to have a little bit of a chat. But first, before he arrives, hopefully I'm going to get a chance to film this cafe, because it's a little bit more than just a cafe, as you will see in a moment. I'll give you a quick tour of this place, because there's actually a water park here, believe it or not. So we're going to have a quick look at that while we're waiting for Tony to arrive, and then I'm sure we're going to have a couple of coffees. It's quite deceiving, this place, and it's just a few minutes off the island, and I do mean a few minutes, so quite a good place to bring the kids if you're staying Mai Khao, that sort of area, because it's not too far. Wasn't sure whether it was still going to be here, because it's been about 3 years since I last came, maybe a little bit longer than that. It's a great place to call in if you're leaving the island on a trip or something, if you're in the car or on a bike, but even better if you've got kids. Just come and spend a few hours there. So there you go, deceiving, huh? Thought you might like that. I'm going to make my way back upstairs, order me a coffee and wait for Tony to arrive. How nice is that? And over there is Phuket. Okay, I think Tony's just arriving now. Good morning, Tony.
Morning.
How we doing?
We're good, man.
Yeah. So I think bikes are more practical, but the problem that you got with bikes is they're not so good when it rains. Okay, so that's coffee time over for now, but one thing you will learn very quickly about Thailand is you're never very far from food and drink. So I'm sure we're going to be able to find another place later in the day to have some more refreshments. But for now, we're back on the bikes and we're heading back towards Sarasin Bridge. We're going to go underneath the bridge and come back on ourselves, so we're on the opposite side of the road. And then we will make our way down to Natai Beach. Now this area is very picturesque, very scenic, as you saw at the 360 cafe. Obviously the name 360, it's because it's got 360-degree views of the whole area, including Phuket in the distance. Once we arrive at the beach area, I will then come back to you. But for now, enjoy the ride. Okay, so we've just arrived at Natai Beach and we're going to have a quick wander around. Just look at this behind the beach, water buffalo in the distance. I don't know how well you can see them over there, but how beautiful is that? So, lots of accommodation around this area as well, so you're not going to be short of finding somewhere to stay. I've just said to Tony actually, I wouldn't mind coming and spending a few nights in this area so you've got more chance to explore, because obviously when you're just visiting for a few hours there are things that you're going to miss, you're not going to see it all. This is Natai Beach. The tide is in at the minute, but it is a really nice beach. Not touristy, it's not commercialised, it's very much as it is basically. But it's a great little spot and only a few minutes away from Phuket as well. Literally just at the other side of the bridge. And look at that. Just look how far that beach runs. And as I say, you're not far from Phuket. You could always stay in this area if you're renting a car or a bike and then visit Phuket at your leisure. It's beautiful. And of course, because we're outside of Phuket, you've got the advantage of it being a little bit cheaper here. There's Phuket in the distance. Beautiful. Okay, back on the bikes, and we're going to be heading south towards Phuket along the coast road. We've got a few more spots to explore, but I'm sure you're going to agree, Natai Beach, lovely little spot, well worth coming and taking a look. Now while I'm here, I want to give a big shout out to Tony and his channel. Go and take a look at what he's doing. He's an expat living in Phang Nga It's called the Bad Badger Retired in Thailand. So go and take a look. I will link it in the description down below, because we all have our own different styles, and maybe something there that will interest you. But for now, enjoy the ride to our next destination, and I will speak to you shortly. Now check this out. I haven't been here before, and we're only a few minutes from Natai Beach. This is another little spot. Tony stumbled across it by accident, he said. I haven't seen this before. It just shows you that there's so much here. It is really pretty. So it's a little bit further down from where we were. Some absolutely beautiful homes around this area. Really, really stunning as we've been riding down, and some nice large resorts as well. This is a beautiful area. As I mentioned in the previous Phang Nga video, it is a very beautiful province and well worth your time. Coming down here just before the sunset, sitting on the swings. Wow, really, really nice. Tony was telling me the last time he was here there was a load of vendors here. They're not here today. He's not sure whether they don't come anymore or they're just not here at the moment. I think it's time for a drone shot. Okay, so me and Tone have been following the coast road, heading towards the Sarasin Bridge. I think you really have to get off the main roads and just explore the little side roads. Sometimes you go down them and they take you to a dead end. You can always turn around and go back, but sometimes they take you to somewhere like this. You know, like Tony's just said, if you had a little picnic with you, some sandwiches, some drinks, you could sit here, chill out for half an hour. And this is what it's all about, exploring Thailand. It's just fantastic, these little spots that you find. You can see it's got a table there, so you could have food, sit down, have some drinks. Nobody around whatsoever, and a lovely beach as well. I mean, this is really the same beach. It runs all the way up the west side of the mainland of Thailand. So if you carry on in that direction, you would come to Koh Lak and then Ranong in that direction, and going back that way, you can just see the corner of it there, Phuket. This is what it's all about. This is what I love about Thailand, exploring these little places. Some of the scenery here is just breathtaking, really is nice. When you're riding through the rubber plantations. Tony, what's that tree where the oil comes from?
What, palm oil?
That's it, the palm oil tree.
Palm oil,
I couldn't
yeah.
think of it, yeah. So sometimes you'll be going down a road and you'll go through a palm oil tree plantation, and it's just amazing. Yeah, okay. Okay, well, we've just come down a trail that's ended up in a sand track, and it looks like there's been some building here at some stage. They've been building some, well, what would you call them? Chalets? Bungalows? Not quite sure. Fantastic view, right opposite the sea. But like a lot of projects in Thailand, they've started them, and then I'm guessing they've run out of money, because whilst they don't look old, they certainly don't look like they're just in the process of being built. I would say whoever owns the land or owns the buildings haven't got the money to finish them. I may be wrong, but what a beautiful area. I mean, just check out where we are. Sometimes you have to be a little bit brave, follow these trails, but it can pay off. We're literally, the beach is there. It's the same beach as we've been looking at earlier on. It's all one long beach along there. There's a guy over there that's got down this trail on a moped, and I said to Tony, well, on a scooter, not a moped, let's get it right. I just said to Tony, if he can get down here, then we should be able to get down here. But I haven't really got the ideal tyres on my bike to be riding on sand. Tony's got better tyres. They're more of an off-road tyre. Mine are obviously road tyres.
What a great picture of them two bikes. Look at that.
It certainly is. So it pays to explore, and that's what we're doing today, having a ride around, just picking a road going down it. If it's a dead end, we just turn around and go back. But sometimes it pays off because you find these little spots. Okay, it's that time where we need some refreshments in the way of some ice drinks. I'm going to have myself an ice tea. Tony's having a nice coffee. We're just on the main road bridge to Phuket. It's just down here, only a few minutes, and this little place is on the main road. There isn't that many places on the side roads that we're exploring the area behind where we are now. So we've just found this little place, 20 baht for the tea, so really nice and cheap.
Just a bit sweet.
This is a bit cosy, isn't it?
Yeah. Cheers.
Cheers.
Very sweet. I can feel my blood sugar's rising already.
Oh, mine's nice. Mine's lovely, actually. I don't know about
You can't welcome Starbucks to be about £7 in England.
Okay, so we're back at Sarasin Bridge. We're near the end of our trip for today. I've had a really good day. The weather is just beautiful. It's actually getting a little bit too hot, believe it or not, now for riding. I'm really sweating because this black top is not ideal in this weather. But it's been a fantastic morning out. Really enjoyed it, exploring that area. Of course, Phang Nga just behind me, Sarasin Bridge. So it just shows you how easy it is if you're staying the northern end of Phuket. Come over to the Sarasin Bridge area, just explore this area a little bit. If you've got a bike or a car, it's only just over the bridge and there is a lot to see and do. Places to stop and eat if you want, plenty of restaurants around there, plenty of small vendors to get a drink. As you saw, we've had a coffee and tea, me and Tony. So it's a short run today, but it's been a very pleasurable ride. Very interesting seeing all the scenery around here. And as you can see, this area, lovely area. I've already explored it a little bit with the drone flown over here. So come and check it out. If you've enjoyed it, give me a thumbs up. I'm not going to go on about subscribing to the channel. I'll leave that up to you. We're going to be exploring a little bit more, going up towards Koh Lak. Next time, me and Tony have already been talking about different areas going up towards Koh Lak. Of course, I'm going to do Koh Lak. I'm going to be doing Ranong soon as well. So that's another nice area. This is all on the west side of the mainland, going up towards Bangkok, Hua Hin, Champon, that sort of way. So we're going to stay on the Ranong side for a while. I'll catch you very soon. Have a great day.